There has been a lot of police-involved shootings lately. Last night, a Houston police officer shot and killed a man outside a home. This makes the sixth officer-involved shooting in the city in the past 5 weeks. Tonight, community activists are calling for more transparency after police used deadly force. Stephanie Whitfield reports.
Police say the pandemic has brought on a rise in crime in Houston, but a group of activists claim more officers are resorting to violence too. A deadly shooting on Cap Ridge Drive overnight marks the sixth officer-involved shooting in Houston in 5 weeks.
6 shootings. Not one single video has been released to the public.
A group of activists stood outside HPD headquarters demanding transparency.
If the officers have no blame, just show the public the video.
It's a topic Police Chief Art Acevedo has addressed before.
We have a responsibility to the family. What makes you think that the family wants this to be the last thing in public?
During this press conference on May 11th, Acevedo said the added publicity from releasing body camera footage could impact an officer's trial if there's an indictment. He's made the same argument several times recently.
The next thing you know, there's a change of venue and it ends up in East Texas or some other part of Texas that isn't this melting pot we call Harris County, with jurors that may have a different mindset than the people of Harris County.
You deserve more.
But this group says those killed in police shootings deserved a fair trial too.
Just because we are in the middle of a major pandemic, just because we have multiple things going on, accountability does not stop.
Stephanie Whitfield, KHOU 11 News.